Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching Nile Cruise on Nile TV, and in this segment, dear viewers, getting ready for exams during the mid-year off days, or we are actually getting ready for exams. So we cannot call it a vacation, we cannot call it but days off because of the students, so the students can get ready for their exams. The mid-year days off for the current academic year 2020 or 2021 has started and will continue until February the 20th. Education Minister Tariq Shawqi shot down rumors from social media that exams would be held for the first and second year of secondary school on January the 23rd. The minister denied that any exams would take place until February the 20th. By the end of the mid-year days off, which the students are studying, supposedly they're not taking leisure, they are supposedly online, yeah. Supposedly, because they're taking leisure 24/7. Actually, Shawqi said that coronavirus status in Egypt will hopefully improve for the better, and adding that all postponed first-term exams will come after the days off. But how to prepare our kids for exams during the mid-year vacation? Let's know more about this and more from our wonderful guest, Mr. Mahmoud Azmi, International Higher Education Consultant. A very good day, sir, and it's a pleasure to have you with us in today's episode of Nile Cruise.
Same here, and thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Azmi, for joining us. I wanted to take the key word from Rana, supposedly, because it's difficult for the kids, so it's a big responsibility on the kids and on the parents. While they're not going to school, not even online, it's days off, it's holidays, it's vacation, call it whatever you want to call it, but they are supposedly getting ready for the exam. So how, should the attitude of parents, of students be in these difficult days? New situation, really.
Okay, actually, online teaching and online exams, it's overdue to come to Egypt. It started in 1893. That's the first one, which University of Southern Illinois, and in 1903, it was University of Chicago, and Indiana, both of them. We are really left behind, and we're supposed to have it. As much as I hate Corona, because whatever doing to us, I appreciate that Corona forced us to come online, because it's about time to come online and study. The only problem for the students and the parents, they are not mentally and psychologically prepared to adopt such situation. In fact, there are, I'm sure, the Minister of Higher Education, Minister of Education are preparing everything to secure the exams. However, there is a lot of fears with the parents and the students and teachers how this will work. Students behind the computer, that power can cut off, internet can go down, a lot of things, and what's going to happen? A lot of questions. Forget about studying now, the fear of taking the exam. But studying, I'm sure parents are taking it with the students to let them know it's a different situation, let us get over with it. The only advice I can give the students, if the teacher said something in the last classes, the last one or the one before that, they should watch what did he say. They should start working, not to wait till the night of the exam as they normally do. They have good 40 days almost. They should work with the parents. Parents will monitor them, will see exactly if they are keeping up with the schedule which he made and secure their education.
Okay, sir. Education Ministry presented several tools to develop the online education system. Would you shed more light on these tools, please, sir? And do you think these tools turned the education into interesting material?
Well, let us face fact. They are doing their best, but we don't have the infrastructure for the online teaching, and we don't have the teachers who are prepared to teach online. And even if they are prepared, there are statistics. It says that uh, developing countries, teachers are very unhappy with online because they said we are going to lose our jobs. And underdeveloping countries are very afraid. They said we are going to lose our image. Then when teacher have this fear and think in the classroom is the best place that he can present himself and present his material, I don't think he will give the same quality online unless he is taught, prepared, and psychologically prepared to accept the situation. Online, it is not like the classroom. It's a little bit different, actually. And it's one of the best type of education online. It's for the students. But first, you have to give that person who has the quality, has the knowledge to do it. But if you don't have it, you cannot give it.
I was going to say, Dr. Azmi, but for sure, some teachers, some male and female teachers, will find themselves in online teaching. I mean, some of them, for them, they will excel more, they will give more, they will discover themselves in this new way of teaching.
You are absolutely right.
Yeah.
Definitely, you are right. When I said it, I never meant everyone.
Yeah.
There is a rule, if 51%, then you generalize.
Yes.
But definitely you are right, especially for the young people who are really
Into technology.
not only
and-
into,
yeah.
would love to do something, would love
Challenging.
to, yes, develop themselves and go on and on and on. And I do not blame the elderly professors because, first of all, if you give them 2 hours training how to develop exam, that's not enough. And I don't blame them if they cannot do it, okay? But to start with, it's a good thing. It's a good starting now. Yes, we can start this way. At least it will develop something.
Okay, sir. Me as a parent, of course, this rapid transformation to online learning left all the parents, me one of them, of course, with 2 kids, with 3 girls actually, 1 in university and 2 in school. I'm always anxious. You don't understand what's going on, and you're overwhelmed by a process that you never had this concept or this idea to know about. So you see the kids changing their time. They sleep in the morning. They sleep all the day. They wake up all night, and there's many changes that's happening to the kids. I'm not saying they don't study. They do study. They wake up for their online classes,
Yes,
and
every
then they
morning.
go back to sleep, and then they continue their day normally studying when they come to study. But it's not organized as when they used to be at school.
I agree with you. Online teaching is based on the freedom of time, flexibility of time. But of course, you cannot get young students in a high school to tell him that your class at 4 o'clock in the morning because he's learning American diploma and teachers from overseas. Or you can get them at 10 o'clock at night. It doesn't work this way, okay? Especially they have to adopt this new system. Online is made for adults, for those who can take responsibility, for those who really have a job outside and know what does it mean responsibility, what does it mean to be independent and learn, but not a young students, very young student to tell him come online. And sometimes teacher, without realizing when he is online, he's not ignoring, but let us say he doesn't notice a few students. Those students get offended because he's asking someone else. But in the classroom, we are taught to watch the eyes and look around the class and find out who is following, who is not following, to work with them. online is little bit difficult, especially for the young people. One other thing, let me say truthfully, I don't understand why, if the exams will be online, why do I have to make it after 40 days at the beginning of next semester? Why not to do it now? It's online. They are not coming to classes. Why? This one of the things giving a big problem to the parents and to the students. No one understand why.
Maybe because he mentioned that maybe the coronavirus will be better and the circumstances will be better, so the students might go back to school. Maybe that's what he is putting as a second option.
We are not going to wait for might be. Already exams are designed online, are set online. I'm telling you, for universities here, already loaded online. Then there is no, it might be. You know, Corona is not going to disappear in a minute. No
Maybe
way.
it's to give the chance to the students to study. I mean, and because realizing that they are not grasping as much as they used to go to school, and realizing the difficulty of the new way of teaching, of education. So the authorities want to give the kids a bigger chance or a longer time to study, revise, and revise again. Maybe this is the...
I will agree with you, and it's a good idea, but unfortunately, we did not teach our students to be independent. Always depend on the teacher. Actually, we spoon-fed them with the information. Then when you keep them away from the teacher for 40 days, you cannot go back even to ask question. You cannot go back to get information. It is not
and this is why I started by asking you, sir,
yes,
the very first question on the huge responsibility the kids and the parents have these days. Of course, the teachers have always had, and that's their fate, and will continue to have a great responsibility. But for now, I feel that the bulk of the responsibility is on the kids and the parents.
Exactly.
yeah, and to be honest with you, if it's up to me, I will keep the teacher standby for at least 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day, that the students can contact them, parents contact them to ask them, we have a problem somehow, somewhere with my kids, and the student can ask also. Therefore, the teacher will answer and will be present.
This is happening in private schools, in most private schools.
No,
but
Muhammad, wait a minute. Give him, it's not
Okay.
happening in most of private schools.
Yes.
Because my children are at an international school, and what I see, my daughter logs in and she's online. The teacher he just tells her, you're gonna do this, and then it's off, it's done. And this is what I wanted to point to, the core issue that you mentioned, that online is made for grown-ups. My daughter, I have a daughter that's in the last year of university. She can cope with online because her age is 21. But when I come to discuss my 13-year-old daughter, it's too difficult to cope online. She wants to go to school and she wants to understand and she wants to attend an entire lesson. That's what you mentioned, and that's very right. American diploma students and the younger ones are facing a very hard time online.
yeah, they want interaction, yes.
I agree with you, to be honest with
And
you.
sometimes, sorry to interrupt you, I entered into the room when she's in the middle of an online class. Then the teacher closes off because he thinks that she's being rude, for example.
No, I tell you one thing. Even though your daughter, you said, is keeping up, the one in university, keeping up with the system, I teach, you know, and still I do teaching. And for example, my class is 147.
Wow.
The only people comes online 2028, and those are the adults. And some of them even doesn't want to open the camera. I prefer to open the camera that I can
Of
see
course.
who's following
Yeah,
or
eye
not.
contact is very
Why?
important.
Oh, professor, I just wake up, I just so.
Yeah.
Then you have to train the students. Maybe it's a good time to do it, but you train them, not to take them, throw them in the water and say swim. It doesn't work.
Okay, I want to go back to the parent again.
Sure.
Now here's Rana mentioned the 13-year-old girl, and I have a 13-year-old boy, and this is a difficult age for
Very
boys and
difficult,
girls.
yeah.
So
Very
what do you
difficult.
do? What do you do as a parent when you realize that yes, he's attending the class, yes, he's opening the camera, but he's opening several windows on the laptop.
laptop.
One of them is class, but other windows are for games and for YouTube and for other stuff. So what do you do? I mean, you give the advice once, twice, and then what do you do?
I will make a schedule with my son. I said, okay, let us see exactly what are you studying. I would love to learn. Do me a favor, sit with me, teach me what did you learn today. And keep him up. By the way, you brought something very extremely important. You said your son or someone's son can open the camera, but on his screen,
Yeah.
this can happen in the exams. Can have the exam next to it is the book open.
But,
Then
of course,
there is no
surely,
proctoring.
Dr. Azmi, the exams have a secure system. I mean, you would have a secure system that prevents that from
Unfortunately,
happening.
He says
unfortunately,
no.
not.
No, he said no.
Not. Honestly, I'm telling you, there is no security. You know what is the security? It's online, it's very good, very good. But to have them in the classroom with proctor to go around, but leave them at home, very good. I'm looking at you, I'm looking at the computer in front of me, but the screen is split. Half of it is the book, half of it is the exam. You have to make a special exam, which is unfair. The exam is like an open book exam. One question, give the entire course and let the student answer. It is not also fair to the students because we did not teach them to make a research. We did not teach them to develop such kind of exams. You see, it's a kind of, but for the parents, the only way to be, to make yourself as a friend to the students, let us learn, or to tell him, why not? We'll get 2, 3, and let us see who's better than the other in explaining. Online also with your friends, and let us see how it will work. But you cannot do anything to them, and they are stubborn. They tell you, yeah, we learn, we know everything, but okay, tell me what did you learn? In a friendly way, not come and tell me what did you learn. This is the only way it can work. With the schedule, like you tell him now, you are ready for the exam. How many days left? Okay, let us see what you are going to finish today, what you are going to finish tomorrow, till 1 week before the exam, and then we are going to go up polishing everything till the day of the exam. This is my opinion. Maybe I'm not right, but it's
I mean, your way is the academic way. I mean,
No.
it's the straightforward way, the ABC. I mean, yeah, the logical way.
Yes.
Sir, do you see that or believe that the coronavirus pandemic has contributed to raising awareness towards the importance of the field of information technology?
It is not awareness, but it's forcing people to use the technology. Awareness, it means you go and learn about it, but you are getting something.
Because you're forced, so you get aware.
Okay, if I tell you I need you to run 100 meters, go fast, without teaching you how to run it, how to speed at the beginning, slow down, middle, is different. It's not a try. Go and run. Okay, I'm getting you what's happening now. They get the teachers, let them sit in front of a class, someone to make a presentation for 2 hours to teach them how to prepare exams. Okay, that is not learning technology. You learn a software, but to develop something, to create something, no, it is not there. And it is not the exam. It is not the end of it. You have to get the beginning, how to develop course online. Like, I found a way to avoid cheating. What I did, I gave a research project to the students. But I said, after you finish, my research is from, it's entire book, from the cover to the back cover. And let someone do it for them, I don't mind. However, I make an oral interview with them, exam in the entire project. If he studied what I gave him, that's enough for me because he learned the course. If he didn't, he will fail. But if I give him a project and let him do it and I just grade it, it is not right because someone can do it for him. Now they refuse to do a project because some of the teachers, of course, they allow to grade without interviewing the students. But the only way, honestly, the teacher must work little bit and get the students to be interviewed in oral test, oral exam, in the things they submitted, okay, and prepare the project in a way that the students, if he will study this project well, it means he passed the course.
Some teachers are doing that, by the way. I saw some
did
teachers
it myself.
doing that.
I
Yeah.
did it, and I'm really happy.
The oral exam, and of
Yes.
course it works in most subjects, but not in all of subjects.
Absolutely
like in
not,
mathematics or in I mean, it wouldn't work in mathematics.
But,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know, you can find
It would
another
work
way.
in social studies. It would work in
Yes, you
Yeah.
are right. You are absolutely right.
Yeah. So, Dr. Azmi, again, the difference between the generations when it comes to online learning. Is it easier for I mean, Rana mentioned that her elder girl, the university girl, seems more committed or more, grasping of what's going on than the 13-year-old. But generally speaking, is it easier for the younger ones or the elderly, for the university, for instance, students to adapt and to online education?
It's for the younger people because you develop them on a system from young people. Her daughter, the elder one, why she adopted it? Because she has a responsibility. She found that she must do it. But if you'd like to teach, you must teach the younger people, they will adopt. Unfortunately, the system which was in Egypt and is still on, that we spoon-fed the students, then they are not used to this system. But if you develop this system from the young ages, they will come up with it, they will love it more than traditional education because it's a very, very good system. You gain a lot from online.
Sir, is there a difference between online abroad and online in Egypt when it comes to education, of course, and universities and schools?
You see, online is all over the world, same thing. The only difference is the infrastructure and the background of the teachers. However, the basic of the system is the same one. We bring it from overseas. You know, most of these softwares are brought from overseas and we are trying to use it. But I don't blame the teachers. Teachers has to learn, has to take time to learn, adopt, and convince themselves that they are an officers. You know, they are an officer getting salary to do specific work. They are not God gift on ground. And this way, it will put them in category, yes, I will learn, I will develop myself, everything a change, I have to follow.
And students abroad, sir, are already acquainted to online studying and online education. They already have this background because they do a lot online, even when life was normal. They used to the work is through laptops and they send their essays. Everything is sent through laptops. This is how they deal abroad.
Let me add on to whatever you said about teaching abroad. When we teach abroad, we do not go through the entire. We give idea about the subject, but the only difference between A and B and C and D grades is who going to search on the internet, get more information, get more knowledge. I am not going to ask everyone to memorize and give everyone A. No, you memorize, you get the B, the D, and C and B and A based on whatever you did online, you did on the net. Then the students already learned how to search the net and get the information and provide it to you.
All right, we're really enjoying this, and and benefiting from it. But unfortunately, dear viewers, that's all the time we have for this segment. On behalf of you, we thank very much Dr. Mahmoud Azmi, the International Higher Education Consultant. Thank you very much.
It is
Dr.
my
Azmi.
pleasure, and
It's
I'm
been a
honored
great
to be
pleasure.
with you here, honestly, and it's a beautiful
It's
thing,
our pleasure
especially
and honor, sir.
this time. Education really something is vital.
Thank you
Indeed.
so much, sir, for
Yes.
joining us in today's
Thank you
episode
so
of
much.
Nile Cruise, and thank you so much for your informative knowledge.
It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Azmi.
Dear viewers, stay with us. We still have more segments for you. We'll be back again.